Charlie Botnick here with UCCS Athletics, here with head coach Jeff Culver of your UCCS men's basketball team. First off, Coach, how you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Basketball season's here, so we're excited.
Like you said, basketball season's coming up. You guys have your first weekend of actual play this weekend, but taking a look back at all your practices and kind of that first practice, really, what was the tone of that first practice, and did you guys really set an identity that first practice?
Well, I think we have been setting an identity all fall. A lot of it is carryover from who we've been over the last 4 years, but certainly we have some different personnel and graduated some significant seniors and bringing in some good young talent. But it's more the same as far as identity, but I think we're sharing the ball really well. We're able to play at a high tempo this year. I think we'll be a step better on the defensive end, and really curious to see some of our young guys step up this year.
And like you said, you guys lost 3 seniors last year, Alex Welsh, Dalton Patton, and Kendall Godley. So who are you really expecting up to step up this year, as those 3 were main scoring threats?
Yeah, I think that was about 65% of our offense, but who's counting, right? So we've known we've got guys that can step up. The year before, everyone wondered if we could score enough when Derek White left the program and he was averaging 25 a game, and now all of a sudden Alex Welsh stepped up, and instead of playing Robin, he stepped into the Batman role and did just fine with that. And Brandon Malone is one of those guys that is a scorer, and he took a back seat to those seniors last year, but we expect him to step up and have a larger role. Trayshawn Wolford's another guy who isn't necessarily a scorer, but he can still get to double-digit scoring pretty easily because he makes winning plays out there, and he's all over the place. So then we got Justin Smith coming in, and we'll fill a hole at the 4 spot that Welsh left, and we got a handful of guys, I think, that are able to step up. Elijah Ross comes to mind as someone that, again, was a more pass first, with senior heavy roster last year, and not that all of a sudden he's a scoring guard, but he's capable of scoring, and so I think he'll step up a little bit. Blend of Dealey's is going to be a big time scoring punch off the bench for us. He's another guy that's capable of putting up 20 on any given day. So we got a lot of different guys. I think we share the ball well, though. Our MO has always been, pass on good to get great, and have to be able to pass to an open teammate. And guys are doing a really good job of sharing the ball this year. So I think on any given day, we've got multiple guys that could step up and score.
And just looking at, the 5, you have 2 redshirt freshmen and then 3 regular freshmen and then a transfer in Justin Smith. So really, how is that chemistry on the team, and how are you, really putting this team back together with the returners and the new guys?
Sure, yeah, that's the fun part, Chris Moody and Ed Burke were able to redshirt last year, and so they're that second year in. Both of them had some physical things to heal last year, so they didn't get a full redshirt year really to take advantage of it. But they're folding into the mix. Justin Smith he's a transfer. He's familiar with a lot of the guys in the program. We recruited him out of high school, and so his style play really fits into what we're doing. So that's just going to be a little bit of a process for him to fold back in, and but he's looking good so far with it. And then, Will Ross will redshirt, but the other 2 freshmen, Jeff Kelly and Padilla Wang, are the first week or 2 was a little rough. It always is from that transition from high school to college. But boy, they're settling in like veterans now, and we expect great things from them.
And now you guys are heading off to Texas this weekend for the Texan TipOff Classic. First off, just looking at that Texas Permian Basin game, really, what do you expect from that first game? And is there going to be any jitters, any, different things that you expect for the first game?
I don't know if we'll have jitters or not. I know we're excited to play, and I'm sure they are as well. This is a great time of year to get going, and we've had some outside competition in the preseason, but it's nothing quite like when you get to the regular season. So Permian Basin's a tough scout for us. They've got a lot of new faces. Johnny Lacey returns. That's their best returner. Will play a lot of point for them, can play off the ball as well a little bit. And they got one of their transfers, Deshaun Francis, is a special player that is going to be a matchup problem for sure for any team that they face this year. But, that's a team that they've got 15 upperclassmen on the roster. So, and we've got 4. So we're hoping that our youthful energy will help us. But, a lot of transfers, a lot of new faces, so not a lot on film right now on Permian Basin, so we're going in somewhat blind. We know what style of play they play, and we know a little bit about most of their transfers. But this early in the season, it's really more about us and continuing to establish that identity that we talked about. These new guys stepping into different roles and larger roles for some of them. That's really where our focus is on sort of in our own house and making sure we take care of our own business.
And then looking at that next game, you guys have Tarleton State, and this is the third year you guys have seen them in a row. First one was in the NCAA tournament. Second one was one of these exhibition games. Really, what do you expect from them? And, going into their gym in such a packed crowd always, are you more comfortable going into that gym now?
Well, I hope so. They do such a great job down there. It's always a packed gym. The support from the community that they get is just outstanding. Coaching staff does a great job year in, year out, no matter who they lose. They got some good transfers, but they also groom them and develop them through the program. We know that the road to the Elite Eight in our region typically will go through Tarleton's home floor. I mean, that's been the story these last few years. So that's why I love getting a taste of that early in the season. Okay, this is where we want to be, with our program. And so to get a chance for our guys to be able to see that at the beginning of the season, it's a great opportunity for us. And we'll look forward to competing with them on Saturday.
And then just looking at this team, talked to Tim Haas, said a very young team, but what are your team goals for this year?
Well, we want to win. Every year we come in, we want to win. We think we're right there, talent-wise, with anyone else in our conference. So we expect to be able to fare well and have a chance of winning an RMAC championship. That's our goal every year, and that hasn't changed this year. And yes, we're young, but it doesn't change our goals. I think the path for us may look different. I think, and I'm sure most teams think this too, but we'll be a lot better at the end of the year than we are at the beginning. We got a lot of young guys that are getting better every day. Our focus is on learning and really trying to challenge each other. And if we keep focusing on learning and keeping that positive energy going, which we have on the court right now, we feel great things will happen, and we'll keep chipping away at it and head down that championship path.
Well, there you have it. Head coach Jeff Culver of your UCCS men's basketball team heading to Texas for the Texan TipOff Classic this weekend. Coach, good luck.
Thanks. Easy for you to say.